Have you ever offered your toddler their absolute favorite snack in the world, only for them to look you dead in the eye, swat it away, and scream, "No!" It can feel like they are deliberately trying to press your buttons, turning simple daily routines into exhausting power struggles. Welcome back to the Baby Mind Coach. Today we are completely reframing that frustrating little two-letter word. We are stepping away from the behavioral anger and looking at how saying no is actually a massive, necessary milestone in your child's cognitive architecture, and why it is the very first sign of a healthy, independent mind. When your toddler starts rejecting everything, it isn't a sign of bad behavior. It is a sign of psychological birth. Legendary attachment theorist John Bowlby discussed how a child needs a secure home base before they can confidently push out into the world. Around 18 months to 2 years old, a toddler's brain experiences an explosion in self-awareness. They suddenly realize a profound scientific truth. I am a separate person from my parents, with my own separate mind. Think of your toddler's brain like a brand new startup company. Up until now, you have been the CEO, managing every single department. But suddenly, your toddler wants to test out being the boss of their own body and choices. Because their language and logic centers are still heavily under construction. No becomes their ultimate power tool. It is the quickest, most efficient way for them to practice autonomy and establish their own psychological boundaries. Let's look at what this boundary testing looks like in real, everyday life, because it usually happens during the most mundane moments. Imagine a 2-year-old at bedtime. You hold up 2 pairs of pajamas, one with dinosaurs, one with stripes. Before you can even ask a question, they yell, "No pajamas!" Arms crossed, lower lip out. It looks like defiance, but neurologically they are desperately trying to control their shifting environment. They aren't actually rejecting the clothes, they are just practicing the intoxicating feeling of making a personal statement. Or think about an afternoon at the park. It is time to leave, and the moment you reach for your 18-month-old, they stiffen their body, turn away, and shout a definitive no to the stroller. To a tired parent, it feels like an embarrassing public standoff. But in reality, your child is experiencing a clash between their internal drive to explore and your external timeline. They are using the word to try and bend reality to their current desire. We can completely de-escalate these standoffs by working with their developmental drive for autonomy instead of fighting against it. Here are 3 positive, science-backed strategies to try today. First, offer structured choices instead of open-ended demands. Instead of saying, "Put your shoes on," try asking, "Do you want to put your left shoe on first or your right shoe?" By giving them 2 acceptable options, you are feeding their brains craving for control. They still get to make the executive decision, but the ultimate boundary, that shoes are going on, remains completely intact. Second, practice sportscasting the resistance. When they shout no, don't argue back. Simply narrate their feelings to help their emotional brain feel heard. Say, "You really want to keep playing with the blocks, it is hard to stop." Validating their desire lowers their internal defense mechanisms, making them far more cooperative because they no longer have to scream to get their point across. Third, save your own no for true safety issues. If toddlers hear the word no 50 times a day for minor things, it completely loses its psychological impact. Try replacing behavioral prohibitions with positive directives. Instead of shouting, "No running," try saying, "Let's use our slow walking feet." This tells their developing brain exactly what to do, rather than leaving them to decipher a negative command. Your toddler's stubbornness is not a reflection of your parenting, and it is certainly not a sign that they are broken. It is beautiful evidence that they are growing into a secure, self-assured individual. They are practicing standing their ground with the safest person in their world, you. Of course, every child's development looks different. So if you ever feel your child's frustration is unmanageable or accompanied by a regression in communication milestones, never hesitate to consult your pediatrician for tailored guidance. What is your toddler's absolute favorite thing to say no to right now? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single one. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the Baby Mind Coach, and check out our next video on managing toddler tantrums with co-regulation right here. See you next time.